we will talk about Jstech's cooling roll. When the material is heated or passed through a drying furnace after surface treatment, the temperature on the material surface rises. To stabilize the material, it is necessary to lower the temperature of the material surface. The roll used for this purpose is called a cooling roll. The roll surface will be cooled down using a coolant passed through the rotary joint. And the cooled roll surface will take heat from the material in contact with it and then discharges the heat out of the cooling roll. The important quality points of the cooling roll are cooling efficiency as well as the temperature difference between the left and right sides of the cooling roll, which is critical for preventing the deformation of the material due to its shrinkage during cooling. The cooling rolls currently in use can be divided into two types, which are the single cell type and the jacket type. Based on the coolant supply method, they are mainly divided into the single type and the double type. In the single flow method, the inlet and outlet directions of the coolant are different, and the flow speed is high, but the piping is complicated. In the double flow method, the inlet and outlet directions of the coolant are the same, and the flow speed is slow, but the piping configuration is simple. Let me explain more about the types of cooling rolls. The single cell type is the most basic cooling roll. It is a method of cooling the roll surfaces by filling half of the cooling roll with coolant. It maintains a constant temperature of the roll surface by mixing the newly introduced coolant and the remained coolant into the roll. Its advantage is that the temperature difference between the left and right sides of the roll is small, and it is possible to produce small rolls with small phi. The disadvantages include low cooling efficiency and the roll's high driving resistance because the coolant filled inside the roll does not rotate. On the other hand, the jacket type uses inner and outer cylinders to increase cooling efficiency, and the jacket wraps around the area filled with coolant. It has a structure in which coolant is injected into the center, and then the coolant gets rotated toward the outside of the roll to be cooled and discharged. Its advantages are that the flow speed of the coolant is high, and the cooling area is wide, so it can work with higher efficiency than the general type. However, the disadvantages are that a temperature difference occurs between the left and right sides of the roll, and it is difficult to make rolls with small phi. These two types have their own pros and cons, but the biggest common problem is that the outer wall of the roll is thick, so the cooling efficiency is low. Jstech's cooling roll solves the common problems of the two types mentioned above. The concept of the roll structure is a double flow of the jacket type. In order to maximize its cooling efficiency, it goes through the new manufacturing process that our company has a patent for. First, the surface of the roll is precisely processed into a concavo-convex structure, attached with a 3 mm thick stainless plate, and then chrome-plated and polished. Our cooling roll has uniform curvature and diameter, with an outer wall thickness of 3 mm and a roundness tolerance of 0.03 mm, which cannot be accomplished by general processing. The innovative cooling roll maximizes cooling efficiency, and the temperature difference between the left and right sides of the roll is less than 1 degree Celsius. This concludes the explanation of Jstech's cooling roll. If you need additional information on the cooling rolls, please visit our website or contact us. Thank you.